What's up, y'all? Welcome into the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. It's not a regular warm-up show. It's supersized, Mike Wallace.
Yes, sir.
I'm Lane Whitaker. He's Michael Wallace. We're here to get you ready for tonight's game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers. It's Friday night. It's prime time. It's Halloween.
Ooh.
It's trick or treat. And the game's on Amazon Prime, not on FanDuel Sports Network. So this is the way to get ready for tonight's game with a local flavor here in the 901. If you're not out trick or treat, even if you are, get on your phone, tap in, and hang out with us for the next hour. We got a big show coming up with a lot of guests. We'll give you the lowdown on the Grizzlies. I got a Lakers expert coming on here with me in a little bit. Talk about that. Devin Walker's going to come talk about the stuff. Jessica Benson. Michael Wallace is here.
We got the whole crew.
Pete Brannigan, the voice of the Grizzlies, is coming on too. We got everybody coming in to talk Grizzlies. And we're going to start with the Grizzlies coming off a 1-1 road trip, which ended with that win in Phoenix. 114-113, a heck of a game.
Yeah.
John Morant finished with 28 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. Jaren had 18 and 6. Cedric Howard and this guy right over my shoulder right here, Santi Aldama, had 28 off the bench combined. And the Grizzlies are playing 5 of their next 6 here at home after coming off that road trip. But that win was, I think, a much-needed win for this team. They lost in Golden State 2 nights before that. Playing a team, missing a lot of guys in Phoenix. And the Grizzlies really, I thought, took their best punch and were able to stand up to them.
Yeah, they definitely took their best punch, and that was a back and forth, nip and tuck type game, right? And big shot after big shot, particularly in that fourth quarter when Devin Booker got hot. And the Grizzlies just did it with a swarm of people. Like, you saw different guys step up, Lang. And, you know, when you talk about John Morant being able to close the show, there's no better closer when it comes to last-second go-ahead shots in this league than John Morant. And he did it again. And this is a young man that's, again, hasn't missed a game yet this season. It's 6 games in. He shows up every night from a leadership standpoint for his team. And you just have to love the energy and the outlook that John Morant is bringing to this team. And then when you see the other pieces start to come together and gain that trust, and with performances that they're delivering in roles off the bench or as reserves, the Grizzlies just put it together with the way they needed to in Phoenix.
We talk about Ja. I mean, I don't really know what else there is to say about him.
Just keep it going.
Just
That's what you say.
12. Yeah, but he's been doing this now for years. Like, it's not like he had a 2-week stretch where he got finishing games. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen someone who could finish games. Here's the play at the end of the game the other night. Great defense there on Cedric Howard with the rebound. Jalen Wells at the D, and then up ahead to Ja. And look at this.
Set it up. Floater. Splash right there. It was easy. And he had missed the shot before that off to the side of the lane a little bit. And he told me after the game that, listen, man, I knew exactly where I wanted to get to. I knew I had the right touch on it. I just had to get it up a little bit higher, and so it can go over the rim and fall through. I had confidence the entire time, man. And when you're talking about Ja Morant right now, confidence is one of the buzzwords that he continues to speak with. He continues to emanate. And this is just, I think the rest of the guys are feeding off of his confidence. And you're seeing them grow game in and game out. Yeah,
he's been unbelievable, and he keeps doing it, which is the remarkable part to me. The Grizzlies played really well defensively against Phoenix, and I thought that might have been their best team defensive effort we've seen so far this year. What do you think is like the key to them being on that same page going forward? Coach Isolo just talked about he wants to see defending at the rim and on the three-point line as the two kind of keys he's looking for. How do they find that going forward?
Well, I mean, you got to go back and look at that film, and what they were was a disruptive team, and that's what you heard coming out of training camp from Isolo, from Scottie Pippen Jr., from Cedric Howard, from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We're getting after it. We're pressuring full court. We're creating transition opportunities, and they did that in spades against the Suns. When you talk about 22 forced turnovers that led to 37 points off of turnovers, that was 4 off of the franchise record, Lane. So what they want to do is create, and the Lakers are a team that likes to get up and down too. So Luka is a ball control point guard basically, and now that he's back, it's going to be a little bit harder to turn him over. But when you do get a chance to get deflections and turnovers, you got to run back the other way and create easier scoring opportunities, and that's how they do that.
And you mentioned Luka. I mean, we saw against Phoenix the other night, they went with that lineup down the stretch where you had Jalen Wells and Cedric Howard in at the same time. 2 guys who are above average, if not elite, wing defenders in this NBA, and it's hard to find wing defenders who can play.
Yeah.
Coward's not going to get the calls. We know that. Jalen's starting to get a little bit more respect than he got a year ago. Against Luka, neither of those guys are going to get calls.
Right.
But you do have two guys now who can get out there and give you something against Luka Doncic, don't you think, and maybe help you out. At least try to make Luka work a little harder than he would otherwise.
And you have to. But, you know, hey, look, there's Luka, and then there's the guy that's really been carrying his team so far, and his name is Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
So that's the guy that can just be just as dangerous on the ball, make shots, does it with some pace. So, hey, if you got Luka, great. You're not taking a possession off if you switch off and end up on Austin Reeves. So it's like it's six in one hand, half a dozen in the other in terms of how you know, just how these matchups are going to go. But the Grizzlies do have guys that are capable. You talked about Jalen Wells, Cedric Coward, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You have three guys right there you can rotate on those two, and hopefully you can disrupt them.
I mean, the good news with Austin Reeves is, like, he's been so good these last couple games on the ball.
Yeah.
And with Luka back, he's not going to be on the ball.
Right,
so
right.
There's only one ball.
There's only one ball.
So I don't know how they're going to balance that, and we'll see how they're able to kind of get the best out of both those guys.
And you got to run Luka, though. You got to make him, because you got to wonder where his conditioning is. He's been out for, you know, almost a week. And it's off of like a hamstring, right? So it was one of those things where make him test it. He flew into Memphis, right? He joined the team.
He has a finger and a leg.
And a leg, So make him test how physically capable he is in this intensity here. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Grizzlies pressure Luka and see what he can do with the ball and whether they can force turnovers.
Yeah, so on this last road trip, while the team was away, they signed Charles Bassey to a 10-day contract. Center, had a couple cups of coffee in the NBA. You might remember him in the Spurs playing against this Grizzlies team.
Yep.
He's been on the team now for a couple days. We haven't seen him in a game yet.
No, we haven't.
Do you think we will, or what do we get from this? Is this just for practice purposes, or I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, see, we got to update that. He's at least been in a Grizzlies uniform, right? So we got to get it. He's been in a Grizzlies uniform, at least a practice uniform, right?
I don't know.
But he hasn't been at home yet. So, yes, I mean, the thing about it is this. There's two reasons why you signed Charles Bassey at this point. One is you need another big. You need another big who you break glass in case of emergency. You only really got two bigs. Santi's done an admirable job filling in as a backup center, but you can't sustain that, right? So you get him in there just in case you need him in a game night atmosphere. The second reason why you need him, and this is probably more so the primary reason, is because Zach Edey and Brandon Clark are getting close to their return to play process. They're going to get cleared to get on-court activities and practices and things of that nature in the next week or two probably. So you need them to go up against somebody big without wearing out Jock Landale and Santi Aldama in practices. So those are the two reasons why he's here right now, and we'll see whether he actually checks into a game. Hopefully he does.
There you see Mejia, Santi Aldama got there getting some shots up. Like you said, he's played pretty admirably at the 5, had a couple block shots in games down the stretch, got some rebounds.
Leading the team in rebounding.
Yeah,
he's the team's leading rebounder.
He's played really well the last few days.
Double-double, first double-double of the season, 14 points, 10 rebounds.
Was it really? Yeah.
It was the first double-double by a Grizzly player this season. It was Santi Aldama doing it off the bench.
How about that? Santi Aldama, who was in the running kind of for Sixth Man of the Year at the start of last season.
Yeah, same way.
And things kind of tailed off the way the season went. Let's go through some injuries. There's a late addition to the injury list. G.G. Jackson is out tonight with an illness, according to the team. And then there's the same 4 guys who have been out: Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr. The guy who is off this list now is Vince Williams Jr. He was available for that last game and
Phoenix,
is available tonight as well. The Lakers had a couple of guys who were questionable / probable, who are both off that list. One of them, Luka Doncic, like we mentioned. And then Marcus Smart. Yeah. Time for him to make his return to Memphis. Marcus was on there with a quad injury, but he is back. A couple guys are out: Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and of course, LeBron James out with that sciatica. Like all of us, Father Time waits for no one, including LeBron James.
It's you know, you got to wonder at what point is he going to be ready to come back. You know, and is this the last run that he's going to have with the Lakers? I don't think this is his last season in the league, but you got to wonder whether this is going to be the last run with the Lakers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Jessica Benson's going to join us on the other side of this commercial. You're watching a supersized warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff,
I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dome Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dome Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. We're getting you ready for the Lakers and the Grizzlies tonight at the NBA Cup. I'm Lane Whitaker. She's Jessica Benson joining us. Santi Aldama is hanging out right over my shoulder here.
Just chilling.
I was wondering if he was going to like come
do a little
bother
photo
us, but
bomb.
He's not. He's with Jason March.
He's busy.
Assistant coach for the Grizzlies. Yeah,
Preparing for the cup.
They're just talking. Getting ready for the cup.
Yeah, getting ready
Time
for the
to
cup.
sip from the cup.
Yeah.
Jessica always joins us now when we talk about her main character. You're going to make somebody up. Who is
It's
it?
the Cup.
The Cup.
Lang, it's the Cup. This is the Emirates NBA Cup year 3.
right.
Hasn't been a particularly enjoyable experience for the Grizzlies.
Feels like it's been
Feels like it's been here
years.
forever.
Yeah.
Well, the Grizzlies are 1-7 in NBA Cup play. So this is an opportunity to turn the page to a new year of the Cup, find some success. And I say it's the main character because, well, you'll see the court and the gray special NBA Cup court. You also have a situation where I'm not sure if it's not an NBA Cup game that Luka Doncic is suddenly probable for tonight's matchup.
It's because of the Cup.
Yeah, I think it's the Cup. It's on
power of the
Amazon
Cup.
Prime.
Yeah.
It just means more SEC style. But it is an exciting thing because we get to have the opportunity to see 2 of the most electric players in the NBA, and Luka Doncic and Ja Morant face off against one another. That's star power. And I know the Lakers are without LeBron, and that always takes a little bit out of the luster of a Lakers game here. But this is really the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, and this is an opportunity for the Grizzlies to assert themselves of being NBA Cup contenders and being able to take down a Lakers team that's found a lot of success with LeBron on the bench.
We talked about, well, the other thing is they haven't had LeBron on the bench, but they haven't had Luka available. And Austin Reeves has been carrying this team.
Right.
And I was talking about with Mike, like, the good thing for the Grizzlies is there's only one basketball, and Luka's a ball-dominant player. Austin Reeves was doing what he did by being ball-dominant. So, like, I'm not sure how they're going to square that tonight. Like, who gets the ball, who's going to be able to control it? I'm guessing Luka.
I think it'll be Luka who averaged, 46 points in 2 games to start the season off.
You mentioned on your show this morning on the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media, there's Jaron getting some shots up. The Grizzlies have a pretty fortuitous group in the NBA Cup. The Mavericks are in there, they're dealing with injuries. The Lakers are in there, they're dealing with injuries.
The Pelicans are in there, they haven't won a game.
They're just not good. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe this is the year.
The Clippers have struggled to get going here
They're
early.
dealing with trees off the court. Yeah,
Age and trees.
They got Pablo Torre on them. So maybe this is the year the Grizzlies do something in this NBA Cup. It's going to happen eventually. One of the guys who had a great road trip for the Grizzlies, especially that last game in Phoenix, Cedric Coward, played so great, combined with Santi for 28 off the bench in that Phoenix game. Great defensively, got a big rebound on the last play. You sat down with Cedric Coward during Media Day?
Media Day, yeah.
For your Grizz Files, which air on the radio. Now they're all on YouTube as well, on Grind City Media. And here's some of the conversation you had with Cedric Coward about sort of his background and how he got to where he is today.
Cedric, let's start at the very beginning. You grew up in Fresno, California. How do you remember first falling in love with the game?
First falling in love with the game was through my grandpa. We watched a lot of games together, and from as early as I can remember, we were Laker fans. And my guy is Kobe and still will be, you know, rest in peace. But I remember watching Kobe play, and I don't know how or what transpired me to continue playing basketball, but that's just how it happened.
When do you first remember realizing, hey, I'm pretty good at this, maybe I could take it further?
Ooh, pretty good at it. I would say when I was a kid, I was always like a level up on, I guess, the kids my age. And for me, it was just always about having fun, but realizing you were better than most. You know, I remember still the day I finally did it through the legs without lifting my leg up, you know, and then nobody else could do that. So that was a turning step. But really, like in the NBA, probably my second year of college at Eastern, or first year at Eastern, but second year of college.
From Willamette, you go to Eastern Washington. For people who don't know, from Eastern Washington, you go to Washington State. Yeah. When you look back on your college playing career, what was your favorite highlight?
My favorite highlight? Ooh. I have two. Can I give you? Okay. Yes. My first highlight is my first year at Eastern. I got an offensive rebound against Idaho State. Okay. And I took one dribble and I like hammer dunked it with my left hand. And I remember the next day, like in film, like all my teammates were like, holy crap, like I didn't even know you had that. So that was pretty cool. And then probably the second highlight is less of a on-the-court thing, but just graduating with senior night, being able to experience that with the coaches and, you know, teammates that I care so much for and that care for me, and then obviously having my family there. Those are probably the two biggest highlights.
I think he knew that was going to end up on some sort of highlight. Like to choose graduating from school as being
very nice.
Your highlight in college. That
He's Mr. President. He always has the right answer. I have tried to find the offensive rebound against Idaho State.
Yeah.
And thus far, I have come up short.
Maybe it didn't happen.
No, I bet it did. But at that point, he's in his first year at Eastern Washington, and it doesn't get posted to YouTube. They have his entire second year at Eastern, like a whole YouTube highlight package. But I cannot find anything from the first year. I'm going to call up Eastern Washington.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, listen, I used to live here.
Yeah.
And I need highlights of Cedric Coward from his first year.
Chris Harrington from the Daily Memphian and I were sitting here courtside an hour ago, and Cedric Coward was out here warming up. And Chris turned to me and was like, how did this guy end up at Division III?
Oh, I know, it's insane.
School. Because he's got every physical attribute you look for. Clearly in the interviews, he can talk, he's smart, he can process, all that stuff. Like, it's sort of surprising he wasn't identified a little earlier, isn't it?
He just looks the part.
Yeah.
When he steps on the court, he looks the part. When he opens his mouth, he sounds the part. And he sounds and looks far more experienced than what he is. But it is one of those remarkable D3 to Eastern to WSU for 6 games, what he could have been if he went to Duke, but he's so good, he not shocks, but he impresses so many people at the Combine, where my favorite story, I think it was told on Gary Parrish's show, and someone was talking about how they were waiting for the report back from Duke about Cedric Coward's time at the Combine, and the guy comes and he says, well, the good news is this is one of the most impressive players I've ever seen. The bad news is there's no way he plays a minute at Duke, and it's clear why he's been able to make that leap.
Yeah, he's been awesome, and it's just fun. It's also just fun knowing, like, he's still figuring it out.
Oh, yeah. Know? Even listening to Tomas Isolo speak pregame about him as a defender and not resting on the basic, he's a good defender. No, they want to find out, is he good at chasing the ball? Is he good at fighting through screens? Can he be a secondary shot blocker for this team? And I think he could be all three. Like, the versatility that he's shown early has been really promising.
And offensively, like, just figuring out how to use him.
The last time he was in this building, he made 6 threes.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of those things, too, coming back home for a rookie. We saw it with Jalen Wells last year. We see it with every young player. The home rims are a lot friendlier than on the road. And he found some success on this road trip. I'm excited to see what he puts together tonight.
I am, too. And all those Grizz Files are on YouTube, right?
Yes.
They all live on YouTube now.
They'll be released every week.
Along,
so Cedric Coward up first. Next week, I believe we have Jaren Jackson Jr.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Jess is on the call tonight on the radio, ESPN 92.9. If you want the local flavor of this game, that's where to go. And then we'll see you post-game on the Double Post.
Yes.
I'll call in on that and give you a hard time. And we're doing a rewind.
We're doing a rewind?
For somebody. Yeah, apparently.
Okay. I'll see you for the rewind.
I don't know. Yeah, all right. We're going to take a break. Pete Pranica is going to join us here in just a second. You're watching the warm-up show on Grind City Media.
Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap.
Sheesh. That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
191 Collabs, presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners, brings Grizz Nation hyper-local Grizz gear from Memphis designers. The next drop is the top-notch collection from proud Memphian Brandon Hobbs and his clothing brand M-Town Merch. The homage to Memphis culture, classic sportswear, and elevated street style is only available at the Grizzlies Den on Friday, November 7th, when the Grizzlies host the Dallas Mavericks. Get your tickets today at grizzlies.com/tickets or visit the FedEx Forum box office.
We are so excited to be joined in studio now by Memphis Hustle head coach Rob Santacola. How excited are you for this to all get started?
Super excited. It's something that I think I've done for 20 plus years. So excited about that and just helping our group kind of progress. And it's been fun to watch.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
No timeout by the Grizzlies at this point. 12 seconds remain. 1-point game. Morant in the lane. Floater. Yes, with 7.3. And the Grizzlies lead it by 1. Phoenix does not have a timeout.
Just want to force him to catch the ball, at least going towards the baseline.
Booker, 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Booker for the win. No! Hammer, nail, coffin. This baby is over, and the Grizzlies win it 114 to 113 on a Morant game winner.
So you got the hammer, the nail, and the coffin.
Yes.
And this is the man who gave us the hammer, the nail, and the coffin. Pete Pranica joining me, Lang Whitaker here courtside, getting you ready for tonight's game between the Grizzlies and the Lakers as part of the NBA Cup. Happy Halloween, by the way.
Happy Halloween.
Pete, listening to that clip, it just made me think, like, as a play-by-play guy, like, did you just live for those moments?
Absolutely.
To be able to call that? Yeah,
oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, you live for close games, and especially close games where the Grizzlies end up winning. Yeah, you live for game-winning shots like that, and those moments. It's the nerves in the stomach, and it's the energy in the building, and the potential that something amazing could happen.
Yeah, and that happens a lot when John Morant's around. I don't know how it's happened. I was talking about it earlier with Michael Wallace, like just the frequency that he's able to create those moments, and seems to every time you call 12, he answers. Like, have you seen anything like this before?
No, because you think of a lot of buzzer-beating shots or game-winning shots. They're usually perimeter shots.
Yeah.
They're threes. I was looking back at a retrospective of Ja's game-winning shots. They're pretty much all in the paint, or their drives, or even the sensational dunk in Phoenix over Aaron Baines wasn't technically a game winner. But again, he's on the move. He's going strong to the rack. And what's interesting is you look at the last couple of them. You look at the one in New Orleans, the one in Miami, and then the one in Phoenix. He can get to the dotted line on pretty much anybody and elevate over everybody and then get the finish.
Yeah, and he doesn't. The crazy part to me is, like, he doesn't have to dunk over you. He can hit the floater. He can drive, pull up, like all those he's got a very wide range of stuff available to him that he manages to pull off. You mentioned a stat last night during the game that caught my ear, or 2 nights ago during the game, talking about the Grizzlies bench. And I thought it was worth us taking a minute to talk about this bench because they've been wildly productive for Coach Isola.
Yeah, they have been tremendously productive. They're the highest scoring bench in the NBA, right around 51 points per game. As a bench, they're shooting 50%, which is a great number, right? And I think they're second in the league in assists per game off the bench, about 12.5.
Wow.
So some of that is Javon Small. You're also getting that from Cedric Howard. You're also getting that from Cam Spencer. So there are a lot of guys that are contributing. Now, in fairness, the Grizzlies bench gets more minutes than just about everybody's bench other than Indiana.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is they're producing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great testament to the way that this roster was constructed, to the way that guys have responded to Tomas Isilo, that even though you're down, a couple of your primary bigs and you're down a backcourt player in Ty Jerome, you still have depth that can produce and help you win games.
And the idea is when you get Ty Jerome back, when you get Keedy back, the bench just gets stronger, right, as this thing goes along. You've been around this group now, as they don't call them team anymore. It's a group.
It's groups,
right?
Everybody's a group.
You've been around this group since training camp. I've seen Coach Isolo as he's worked to kind of install his system and everything. Like, I still don't feel like I have a great grasp of what to look for. Is it just attacking the rim, playing fast, speed kills, we've heard him say a bunch of times. Like, what do you see when you watch this Grizzlies team play that makes them different than maybe teams in the past?
Well, there was a chart I saw the other day that the Grizzlies have had the largest increase in ball screens than any other team in the NBA. And Tomas's philosophy is we want to make the defense have to make as many decisions as possible because ultimately they're going to be wrong. So it's screen, it's rescreen, it's multiple screens, it's screens from different angles so that, in his words, ultimately the defense is always going to be wrong at some point. Then once you find where the defense is wrong, now you have to make the shot. You have to convert. So you're going to see a lot of screens. We've seen Jaren Jackson Jr. setting screens. Sometimes it was other guys setting screens for him on a pick and pop. Now he's setting the screen and he's rolling. So we've seen a lot of different things from him. And he said in tonight's pregame media availability that, there's still room for improvement, but the system is starting to take hold. This is not a basketball team or a group that has a thick playbook.
Right.
It's a fairly small playbook. There are guidelines, there are principles for how they want to play, and then everything that's a framework. But I don't want to say it's a lot of freelancing, but there is freedom within the offense for guys to be creative and to prove the defense wrong.
That's really interesting. I asked him on media, I asked Coach Isolo, is it more important at this stage to be quick or to be correct? And he said, without pause, quick. He was like, well, the correct part will come. So that makes me just think when I watch this team play, like, we're just scratching the surface of what this thing could be down the road. Once everybody gets healthy, once guys get used to the offense, once all those things kind of come together, I wonder, a month from now, 2-3 months from now, what does this look like? And I don't know.
Well, hopefully it will look like it does now, but faster and more precise. What he really wants to do with this system is to create essentially muscle memory. So that in a given situation, you don't even have to think about what I'm going to do next. So that it becomes more instinctive than, oh, I see that, I need to do that. And the more you can ingrain that, then the speed really kills because now you are quick and you are accurate.
Before you get out of here, I wanted to ask you about Cedric Howard. He's kind of been the talk of the town the last day or two with the way he's played early on this season. Chris Harrington and I were watching him warm up, and we were like, how did this guy end up in Division III? Like, he's got all the measurables and everything else. Clearly, like, he doesn't miss shots when he's out here warming up. Like, he can play the game. Now he's our player, and to see the way he's grown just in the first month he's been here, it's pretty remarkable. Give me a comparison. Like, who is somebody when you see Cedric Howard play that he reminds you of? I'm putting you on the spot, I know.
I think the best comparison might be Bruce Bowen as a 3-and-D guy because he has the ability to guard. Tomas was talking about putting him on Stephen Curry, putting him on Devin Booker, and he said part of it is we feel this is a good matchup, but it's also developmental reps for him. And there's still, look, Lang, back in the day, we used to have like weeks of training camp. Now we have days of training camp. So there's still a lot of, okay, we're trying to figure this out. And those developmental reps to put him up against some of the best scorers in the NBA. We'll probably see him against Luka Doncic tonight. It's a learning process for him, and because I think they feel it's a decent matchup as well.
Yeah, I actually, talking about the development of him, like he had started Division III, now he's here. Like, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Like it's, like we'll see. And the Bruce Bowen comparison is so interesting because Bruce Bowen sort of invented the 3-and-D, right? But you never saw him take people off the dribble. You never saw him dunk on people and all that stuff. And I feel like Coward might have that in there.
Without a doubt. I mean, he's Bruce Bowen like 2.0.
Yeah.
I even said Kawhi Leonard, possibly. I mean, that's a really, really high bar, but hey, why not?
He's got the body type, though, of Kawhi and
the hands and the wingspan.
And just like that quiet confidence sort of. There's a lot there. All right, we're making this way too high stakes for him. All right, so Pete, you get the night off tonight. I know you don't want it. You get the night off, but then you're back at it. You guys are on the road Sunday in Toronto.
Yes.
And then back here Monday against Detroit. So appreciate you joining us. Pete Pranica, voice of the Grizzlies. We're going to take a break. Dan Whitaker is going to join us from The Athletic, talk about the Lakers. You're watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
We have to notice the sleeve.
Not quite. Just
Come
a little
on.
something.
But you said you're going to add more to it. It's going to.
I will. It'll get there.
Go up.
Tom
Lee Park. It's like Tom Lee Park. What? I saw the
bridge there too.
Oh, I saw the Grizz Bear, but I didn't see Tom Lee Park.
That's real love right there. You can't cover that up, Zach. You can't cover that up.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, artificial intelligence, his all new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
This is still a bad team and a bad franchise. What are they doing to try and get better?
This is not a team that is looking for a playoff run, although somebody, I heard on local Nashville radio, somebody called in and said they got an email Monday letting them know you can get playoff tickets to the Titans. Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Ling Whitaker alongside my guy Dan Whitaker from The Athletic.
Thank you.
Joining us here in Memphis courtside. He covers the Lakers, so he travels around with that circus and gets to see it close up from
It's a
game
circus.
to game. Yeah, it is. It
circus.
seems like it, right? Although it feels like less of a circus this year, maybe. Last year there was the whole Bronny thing happening, and like.
Well, last year was crazy, right? Like start to finish. So we had Bronny. I mean, last year was so crazy that by the time I got to the end, like I had forgotten that the Bronny thing had happened, right?
Yeah.
Like there were the fires. The head coach lost his house.
Yeah.
They traded D'Angelo Russell. Then they traded for Luka Doncic. LeBron disappeared for a week at one point. Like. It was pretty intense last year. This is so far is like, you know, just a 50-point game, a buzzer beater. Haven't watched LeBron play yet. Like, this is easy right now.
Well, let's talk about that 50-point game and the buzzer beater, because Austin Reeves, like, he's been around LA for a couple of years now. You've seen him.
Still the son of the South, though.
He's a name, Arkansas guy.
You know.
He's been seen around here playing golf in the off season multiple times. I wonder if he was playing today, or you guys were off yesterday, right?
There's a decent chance he played yesterday, I would say.
Anyway, Austin Reeves has been awesome for the Lakers so far, and hit the game winner in Minnesota the other night. I was actually saying today, like, if Luka comes back, that's great, but that takes this guy off the ball, and that's where he's been pretty good, right, the last couple weeks.
I've been kind of on the Austin Reeves train here for a few years. I think the skill he has, he's obviously incredibly talented on the ball, great pick and roll player. He's gotten quicker this year. He's a really good shooter.
Yeah.
I think, though, the skill that I think that he has that's most valuable is his adaptability. That in his time in the NBA, he's been asked to do so many different things. He's played so many different roles on the ball, off the ball. He's had to defend at times. He's done all this stuff that, quite frankly, he probably should have been able to do, right?
Yeah.
This is right up on me.
That's good. It's loud in here.
Yeah, but I think I think that's the thing. So, I don't view him and Luka as being so duplicative as other people do. On one, the best Luka teams have had a player like this version of Austin Reeves, right?
Okay.
Kyrie Irving, Jalen Brunson. They've always had a good secondary ball handler. And then he's the guy that I believe will just find a way to matter in a game, even if it means he doesn't get to run 40 pick and rolls. He probably won't score 51 tonight.
Yeah.
But there may be a 5 or 6 minute stretch where he's the best player on the court, and that's the type of stuff you need over the course of a 48-minute game.
Look at Brent Barry over there.
I know.
Wow. I didn't even know he was on the call tonight.
A legend.
I would have made him come over here.
I know.
So Austin Reeves has been great for this team. Luka's been out. LeBron's been out.
Yeah.
Luka looks like he's back tonight, right? Yeah.
Luka will be back tonight.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart will make his triumphant. He'll make his triumphant return to Memphis. He didn't get the locker room graphic. Only Jake LaRavia got it that I saw. Maybe it was a scroller.
I think it scrolls.
But yeah, no, this will be a healthy-ish version of the Lakers. Certainly the healthiest they've been in a week. They won't have Gabe Vincent, and then obviously we don't know what LeBron's full-on situation is. It's been strange watching this team this year and talking about them, Lang, because they went through a preseason. They basically played one game together.
Yeah.
They went 1-5 in the preseason.
So did we.
It was sort of what is this team? I feel like I haven't seen them at all.
Yeah.
They lose on opening night. Laker fans panic.
Yeah.
Full-on panic. And then Luka scores 49. They beat Minnesota, and it's all right, we're off. And then he's out, and then they panic again.
Yeah.
And then Reeves has the week he had. So, this is going to be an interesting game for me tonight. These teams match up. It's usually pretty fun, pretty intense. I think it'll be a pretty physical game.
Yeah.
Especially because it's the Cup. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, is it?
It's the Cup.
It
means more.
The Cup, I was told.
It just means more.
Grizzlies are 1-7 all time in the Cup.
Really?
Yeah. The Cup hasn't been kind to the Grizzlies.
They feel like they should have some Cup energy. It's a young group.
Low Cup energy around here. The Cup.
A little extra cash.
Yeah, you would think, right? I don't know. It just never has been a thing.
It goes further here.
Although this is the group that the Lakers and the Grizzlies are in. This is not the group of death. This is a group of the Clippers are in there.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Dallas is hurt. The Pelicans are in our group.
The easiest group is the Thunder group, right?
I don't even know.
I think that's the easiest one.
I focus on our group.
The group of death? The group of... This is the group of a strong cough. A strong cough. I do have a Cup story that you might like.
Yeah, I love stories.
So the Lakers won the inaugural
right.
Cup, and we were in Vegas for 5 days.
Yeah.
Just a complete killer to the season.
Yeah.
It took the team 3 weeks to recover.
Right.
It took the reporters. I'm still apologizing to my wife for the extra 5 days I spent in Vegas in December. And I remember at one point I was talking to a couple players. One of them's here, Jackson Hayes, and I'd asked Jackson, I'm like, if you guys win the $500,000, who on the team do you think is most likely to spend it on something stupid?
Yeah.
And he was standing next to Christian Wood at the time, and Jackson kind of looked at Christian Wood and was like, yeah, probably Christian. And then I'll never forget, Christian Wood looked at me and just kind of was like, yeah. Sounds like me.
Yeah, he does.
Sounds like me. The Cup is great. That's why you want to advance, so you can get that kind of stuff. You can figure things out.
I'll take 5 days in Vegas, too. I haven't done that in a while. Well, I did a couple months ago. But I wouldn't.
Summer League, right?
Well, I didn't go to Summer League. I was there. My wife had a work trip a couple weeks ago. I think the last time I saw you was in Vegas.
I saw you with your wife in Vegas.
That's true.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you, being an LA guy now for a while, what's the level of confidence/anxiety around the Dodgers? Tonight's Game 6.
Oh, high anxiety.
Really?
High anxiety.
Despite the money being spent.
I think, there's an expectation that they will never lose because they have so many players and they've done everything possible to put themselves in that position. So the Dodgers have become sort of my second team.
Okay.
Right? My primary team is the Chicago White Sox.
Chicago guy,
Yeah, which is
you and the Pope.
So me and the Pope, exactly. The Pope answered questions about the Bulls, by the way, the other day. The top 3 guys in the Dodgers lineup is more expensive than the entire White Sox payroll. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like the same sport. Like, it honestly doesn't. And so while I want the Dodgers to win, I have been very happy with the competitive
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, the competitive rebalancing. That being said, angst is high. The 17-inning game or whatever was a blast. Yeah. It was super fun. Yeah. We had a game that night in the arena. Every time there was a hit or an out, you could hear it in the crowd, and their feed was like, I'd say like a 1/10 of a second faster than the one that we were watching on press row. So you'd hear and then you'd be like, here we go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you ever do that with your kid when like you get the early text and you're like, I think a home run's coming up here?
No, but I should.
You should.
Yeah,
it's a good power move.
All right. Well, Dan, appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Lang.
Game's coming up in 20 minutes. We're going to take one more break. We're going to come back. Devin Walker's going to join us here watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
It's early, but top 4 in win shares per 48 minutes in the NBA right now, Cedric Coward is in that group. Do you want to know who else is in it?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like that company.
That means the American player with the highest win share per 48 minutes, Grizz rookie Cedric Coward.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
We are so excited to be joined in studio now by Memphis Hustle head coach Rob Santacola. How excited are you for this to all get started?
Super excited. It's something that I think I've done for 20 plus years. So excited about that and just helping our group kind of progress. And it's been fun to watch.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker, alongside my guy Devin Walker, who was wearing an Amazon Prime.
Yeah, dog.
So were you doing some deliveries? What was going on?
I'm dropping packages off all day long. Y'all need something, let me know. I'm dropping stuff off all
taking packages.
Huh? I ain't a package taker now. I ain't one of them.
No porch pirates.
No porch pirates, but I'm dropping them off, though. Y'all need some packages. Your boy is the man to talk to.
The game's on Amazon Prime tonight. I just saw Brent Berry walking around. I guess Bones is on the call tonight. But anyway, Devin's here. We've got about 47 minutes before tip-off.
Yep.
Getting you ready for tonight's game between the Grizzlies and the Lakers. I just saw people walk by dressed like cows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. It's Halloween. There's a lot of stuff going on here tonight.
It's dudes on the front row dressed like Austin Reeves in like furry costumes. I don't know what they got going on.
Halloween, or is it because it's the cup?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what they got going on. But look, I will say though, there's some people that slander me about wearing the jerseys backwards. Look in the arena, Lang Whitaker. There's people wearing the jerseys backwards. Let's just say your boy's a trendsetter. Just saying.
Hey, if you say so.
You know what I'm saying? Trendsetter.
Well, talking about trends, one of the most popular shoes right now, #1 shoe of the year, according to Ja Morant, is the Ja 3. We've seen people wearing them all over the place. The Ja 3 spooky season has recently come out. Where do you rate these among all the Ja 3s we've seen so far? I mean, it's got to be top 2, 3, right?
I think it's top 2 or 3. I think it may be 2 for me. I still think the New York versus New York, the simplicity of the all black with the pop of the jaw on the swoosh is dope as hell. But I think this may be number 2. Because there's something about the neon, bro, that hits like crazy. Yeah. And I don't think people know this. If you got a pair of them, I should have worn them tonight. But if you get in the dark, they glow in the dark, Lane. I feel like there's an added points if a shoe glows in the dark, right?
Well, also the grade school one, the grade school version has like some Easter eggs in the swoosh.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, the adult size doesn't have it, but the grade school one, if you look at it, it's got some like little like scary drawings in it or whatever.
Yeah.
A friend of mine got some for his son and didn't know they glowed in the dark, and they were in the car, and the kid's like, Dad, my shoes,
my shoes on fire.
It's kind of cool.
Hey, but I will say that, and also he wore the EYBL ones the last home game, the orange one, like they're kind of like bedazzled a little bit.
Yeah.
Tough. The Ja 3 shoe with the lyric. I don't care what Complex says. That shady ass list they put out. Did y'all address it on Sneak Fest?
We're doing our own list. Yes, we talked about how bootleg it was.
Yeah, that's a terrible list, bro. Fraudulent list, Mike Wallace.
It was a bad list.
Fraudulent list.
So we're going to do our own list coming up on Sneak Fest before the end. We were also like, why do you put out a list of the Sneaker of the Year in October?
Yeah, that's dumb.
So we're going to wait end of the year. We're going to have the Sneak Fest Sneaker of the Year list. We'll put you on the panel. We need
Please do. Let me know.
Yeah,
Let me know. I'm
we need
tapped
voices
in.
from all over. Speaking of John Morant.
Yes.
Did you see this clip? He should be here any minute. There's people lined up. Did you see the clip of John Morant trying to get fired up for a game by using some smelling salts?
I did. You got the video?
Have you ever done that? Yeah, we have the video.
Does anybody got some smelling salts? I want to try right now. Yeah, hey, my boy was feeling it. Yeah, he was feeling that, man. Did he hit the little?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he turned to zombie mode, man. Zombie mode like the kicks. Then he got Joey to hit it.
They fired him up. They got him ready. So maybe we need to get some for you.
That's what we need. Hey, I think before every warm-up
Before the Chris Vernon show.
Before every Chris Vernon show, or this warm-up show, get one of the trainers to give us some smelling salts. Because he was locked in. Look at him.
Yeah.
He was so locked in, he hit a game winner.
We need to ask him.
Yeah. Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I've smelled it before, and it smells awful. Like ammonia, or like.
What does it do?
I don't know. It just wakes you up. Honestly, I think it's like. Honestly, I think when guys used to have a concussion, and they would do that to kind of shake it out,
shake the system a little
before
bit.
they realize, like, oh wait, he has a brain bruise. He shouldn't be out there playing.
Yeah.
NBA Halloween costumes. I sent you the one the other day of Jahmyr Gibbs dressed like Jeff Hardy, one of your favorite wrestlers. We've seen a couple. Last night in the Bucks game, Ryan Rollins, who had a huge game for the Bucks, rookie point guard, playing without Giannis, led them to a win over the Warriors. Showed up dressed like Blade. I don't know if you saw this. I have video of it.
Let me see this.
Walking into the arena.
That's tough. The only thing about this, though, Lang, is putting that on after the game. Do you get in the crib and like,
or what if you lose?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you drive to the car? Like, are you driving home with this on?
Can you imagine like doing your post-game media dressed like Blade?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just lost, but luckily he had a good game. I say, hey, I wonder if he stole that stuff from Target, because you know my guy's a stealer, bro.
Oh, is he?
Is it kleptomaniac, Michael Wallace?
That's what that is.
Is that what it is? Klepto. Stay away from Target, my guy. Stay away from Target and Amazon.
I think the best Halloween scare ever, I sent Kyra the video of this, was a couple years ago, LaMelo Ball.
Oh, the Charlotte Hornets did scare the crap out of him.
Put like a creepy thing behind the staircase when you walk in.
Yeah.
And LaMelo didn't know it was there. And this reaction was so great.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Jump scares always get me. Oh. And he smacked. Hey, shout out to the intern that took that blow to the face from Melo.
It was no.
This was the dog. Okay.
It was the dog.
Yeah, man.
That was a genuine scare.
Yeah, shout out to Melo for being a good sport too, but because in this world, some players, if they see that, don't post it. Don't post it.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Melo, man, being a good sport, letting them have that fun with him.
There's actually a video tonight that's going to air on the scoreboard of some of the Grizzly players getting scared on media day.
I'm looking forward to people seeing that, because I saw a little preview of it earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The Grizzlies just got off this road trip playing Golden State and Phoenix, and in Golden State, we ran into Draymond Green.
We did.
We've had a few things with Draymond through the years. We have a clip of Draymond going up against Santi Aldama in the game, grabs him around the neck, fouls him, and then after a while, after replays and reviews, and Santi ends up going to the free throw line and missed both free throws. And, Draymond got excited, but he missed the free throws. First he tries to hold him up, then he's like, no.
There's a little skippity-doo. That's what pissed me off. The skippity-doo would piss me off more than anything.
But then Draymond said he was a clown.
Yeah.
But then there's also this clip going around of Kendrick Perkins talking about John Morant on the podcast with Tony Allen and Zach Randolph.
People love to keep the Grizzlies in their mouth, bro, if anything.
Who's the bigger villain right now in Memphis? Draymond.
You know, we're very protective of our point guard, John Morant. So anytime anybody says something about the president of Memphis, we coming for your neck.
Yeah.
But I'll say at this moment, because he's been a reoccurring villain in our history, in our origin story, I'm going to go Draymond Green. Because it's always him. For good reason, right? Like, he's been beating us for the last 5-6 years. So he has every reason to be a bully to us. So until we push back Whitaker, Draymond, you got it, bro. Because I feel like back in the day, there was guys that pushed back against dudes like Draymond, the Dylan Brookses of the world. But I feel like now we haven't had a guy push back yet.
Well,
until we get somebody to push back, then Draymond's
the guy who would have pushed back and who pushed back against him last year was on the with a sore foot or whatever.
Yeah,
He's coming back. Zach Edey.
Zach Edey.
Zach Edey got into it with Draymond and wasn't afraid. There's Ja. He's out there now.
With the zombies on.
Wearing the spooky season.
I will say, too, it's like one of those things like, you know those old cartoons where the bully comes and takes your lunch money?
Yeah.
He's going to keep taking lunch money until you say, yo, punch him in the face, right? So until you stand up to the bully's going to take your lunch money. So until then, Draymond Green, you got it, bro.
I also, I hear people say, well, he's an incredible defensive player.
Yeah.
And I say, I agree. I think he's one of the best defensive players of his generation and in the NBA right now. That doesn't mean he's not a jerk sometimes.
Oh, he's an asshole. For sure.
You can be both.
Yeah,
they're not mutually exclusive.
For sure, for sure.
All right, you excited for the Cup?
The NBA Cup? Yeah, we're fighting for the
Emirates
Cup.
Yeah.
Look, bro, I need this season to start better than the last 2 years because last 2 years we started
1-6 in the Cup.
1-6 of all time. Yeah. Trust me, I've sat through a bunch of them L's on the road. I need us to start with a dub tonight. Yeah. We got Ja here. I will predict this game tonight. He is my sky dog. Listen to the Chris Vernon show.
Give it to us.
He was my sky dog. Jaren Jackson Jr. has a bounce back game. Finally shuts up the haters. 25-8 from Jaren. What is not going through?
It's fine.
25-8 from Jaren. Bounce back. Shut the haters up. You heard it here first on the warm-up show, or second on the warm-up show, because I said it earlier on Chris Vernon show. So
you're good.
There you go.
Devin Walker joining us now. We're going to take one more break. Michael Wallace joins us, and we'll get you ready for the game. You're watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
I have never seen someone talk that much trash to a Memphis Tigers basketball team.
You were talking crazy. I had a dunk. I remember I turned to the stands and some lady, probably in her 70s, was giving it to me. I was like, sit down. I'm walking out the arena, cups and beers. Golly.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's early, but top 4 in win shares per 48 minutes in the NBA right now. Cedric Coward is in that group. You want to know who else is in it?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like that company.
That means the American player with the highest win share per 48 minutes, Grizz rookie Cedric Coward.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Who's got the best trash talkers collegiately? Did anybody ever make you laugh?
Tennessee fans, they always like, yo, Zach Edey, bro. Like, they won't smoke because you cooked him.
No,
they don't. They think you foul all the time.
Yeah,
that's what they would say.
40. That happens.
Was it 40 and 20? 40, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lane Whitaker. He's Michael Wallace, and we've got about 7 minutes before we get out of here, and then you'll have half an hour to get ready for the Grizzlies and the Lakers in the NBA Cup, the Emirates Cup.
Yes.
Here from FedEx Forum on Amazon Prime tonight. So before we get out of here, though, like we always do at this time, let's go around the NBA and talk about some of the stories happening around the league. And in Memphis, one of the big stories is not in Memphis, it's in Orlando. Desmond Bane, Grizzlies traded him in the offseason over to the Orlando Magic, got a slew of first-round picks back, got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope back, got some useful pieces, and the Magic have
traded up with the pick to get Cedric Coward. Yes.
The Grizzlies have started to figure things out, work things out. The Magic have gotten off to a slow start.
Yes.
Is it too early to make judgments about this trade, Mike?
It is. It is. It is because you know Desmond Bane is not going to continue to play the way he's played, right? He's just too good of a player. He's too productive. He prepares too well. He's just off to a erratic start. To a slow start. And that team has to figure that out, though, because the pressure is there on Jamal Mosley to go ahead and take this team to the next level. They've invested the payroll. They definitely are considered or were considered a top 5 team in the East, but they can't fall too far behind, man.
I mean, I think even knowing in retrospect that it's going to take a little while to get there. If I'm the Magic, I do this trade 10 times out of 10. Like, trying to get to where they're trying to get to, trying to get forward. Like, I think he's all right. I think they have bigger roster problems, not Desmond Bane. I think they got to get a point guard and maybe another big in there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't have a lot left to go out and get those things now at this point because they've made so many trades.
But Lang, I also think the Grizzlies will make that trade again 10 times out of 10 because honestly, you know, as much as we said that Desmond Bane took 20 points per game and left, and you got to take a step back. I like where the Grizzlies are positioned as a result of that, right? I think they got basically turned that into a 3-for-1 type situation. So I'm fine with how that trade turned out.
I am too. All right, let's go over to New York City. I don't know if you saw this. Phil Jackson has a book coming out, which is like
another one.
I know it's like the 10th book he has coming out. Where he talks about the reason that they didn't win in New York was Carmelo Anthony, and he says they wanted to trade Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo didn't want to get traded. And because of that, they weren't able to rebuild the way he wanted to rebuild. There's a lot of stuff there. He talked about Porzingis not working out. He talked about Frank Ntilikina not working out because he couldn't shoot, as he said. There's a lot there, but is this just Phil? Like, is this revisionist history, do you think, in a way?
No, because I think Phil Jackson would have been honest about those things in real time. He's just smart enough not to, you know, undermine his own team. That's why he didn't stay there that long. You know, it wasn't a successful tenure. He was used to being successful and having some level of control, but he didn't have control in Chicago of the roster. He didn't have control in LA of the roster. So I don't know why he expected it in New York, even though he was president. He was president. So, but Carmelo at that time was bigger than Phil Jackson was in terms of the scope of New York. Like when Carmelo wanted to come to New York, that changed everything for that team. They just couldn't get over the hump.
Phil Jackson at the time also, you remember, he ended up hiring Derek Fisher to coach the team. He also spoke to a podcast co-host of mine. It didn't work out, but that would have been interesting too.
Okay.
Last one, down worst. There's a bunch of winless teams still in the NBA. The Pacers, the Nets, the Pelicans, and let's also throw in the one-win teams, the Kings, the Suns, the Wizards, the Raptors, the Magic. Out of all those teams, which one would you be the most concerned with going forward?
Orlando right now, and we just talked about that because they've invested top tier. You know, I know we're looking at Joe Dumars in that situation, but we knew that they were going to be, it was going to take some time with them, right? You don't trust what New Orleans is doing. They got Zion, but they've had Zion at certain stretches, right? So, you know,
they have a Olympic Zion. Like, they have like the healthiest Zion that we've seen maybe since he got to the NBA.
But then Yves Missi got hurt, right? Yves Missi got hurt, and then they still don't have, I mean, they have the point guard that they're going to need, right? They got to just go ahead and make the decision and go ahead and play Fears right now.
Because he was great that game here,
But if you talk about what team surprises you with a rough start, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be, you know, the Orlando Magic because of everything that was invested. What do you think?
I might go... Yeah, I mean,
or let me flip it. Which team are you more confident will turn it around? And
Orlando.
A week from now, they will be.
I think it's Orlando to me, because these other teams, the Kings, the Suns, the Wizards, like those teams are all like, what's going on here?
The Kings are interesting though, because they actually have talent on the roster.
It just doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. There you go.
And the other one that's kind of weird to me is the Raptors. Like, I'm not really sure where they are in all this whole thing. Feels like a rebuild kind of waiting to happen. I mean, Scotty Barnes is awesome, but then like
Brandon Ingram's there. What are they going to do with Grady Dick? I mean, it's like they have.
It's a lot of kind of weird parts.
They got six people that play the same position, man. So
All right, we got about a minute and a half before we get out of here. Get you ready for this tip. See if the Grizzlies can finally turn their fortune around in the NBA Cup. 1-6 all time, I believe, in the NBA Cup. So
1-7.
1-7. Sorry. For this
you were
Grizzlies
close.
team. I was close enough. Give me one matchup you are going to have your your eye on tonight, Michael Wallace?
I mean, obviously, the glitz and glamour of the perimeter is going to be Luka Doncic and whoever is guarding him and Austin Reeves. But to me, the one I'm keeping a close eye on, DeAndre Ayton and the Grizzlies bigs. Like, I want to see who's going to dominate, who's going to control that. This is one where the Grizzlies have to be careful because Ayton has been playing better with them so far, and they can't afford to give up offensive rebounds and lose the rebounding battle against this Lakers team because they're too dangerous.
I'm also curious to watch Ja Morant and see what he's able to do, because remember a couple years ago they put Jared Vanderbilt on him?
Yes,
and
yes.
he's got the size. Yeah, and he can slow Ja down a little bit, just being physical with him. Ja's a different player than he was back then. I think he's better, a more well-rounded player, and he's going to be able to get to his spots and look for his shot. And so I don't know. We'll see what Ja's able to do. And also, Devin just picked Jaren to have the game of the night tonight. Devin was saying, Jaren, we've seen him, hadn't played in a long time, and finally he's starting to get some reps and get out there. And every game
I thought he turned a little bit of a corner in Phoenix, in terms of his overall game, right? He found some other things. The rebounding is inching up, the steals, the blocks. He's on the verge of something. It could be tonight. Let's hope so.
All right. We're going to get out of here. You got half an hour before the game starts on Amazon Prime. You can also, if you want to listen to the local broadcast on the radio, ESPN 92.9 with Eric Hasseltine, Elliot Perry, Jessica Benson, Bennett Doyle. Post game, make sure you listen in on the double post. You can call in. You can vent. John Roser, Jessica Benson, and Bennett Doyle. Next game Sunday in Toronto. Next home game is Monday night here against the Detroit Pistons. We got 3 games next week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So come on down, get here for a game.
And Sunday.
Oh, and Sunday. That's right.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Every other day.
We got a busy slate coming up. For Michael Wallace, I'm Lang Whitaker. We appreciate you joining us on the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.